Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we will dive into the topic of intellectual property, or IP. My goal is to give you an in-depth understanding of what IP is, why it's crucial in today's world, and how you can use it to protect your creations and ideas. Whether you're a business owner, a creator, or simply curious, there's something in this presentation for you. So let's get started. Let's start with the basics. Intellectual property, or IP, refers to the legal rights given to creators and inventors over their work. This can include inventions, artistic works, brand logos, or even trade secrets. These rights are designed to encourage creativity and innovation by ensuring creators can profit from their ideas. For example, think of music you listen to or logos of brands you know, or even the tech inventions like an iPhone. All of these fall under IP. Next, let's take a look at the four pillars of IP protection. There are four main categories of IP. Patents protect inventions and processes. Trademarks protect brand identity like logos and slogans. Copyrights protect artistic works like books, music, and software. And trade secrets protect confidential business information like formulas and strategies. These categories each serve a different purpose, and understanding them will help you identify and protect your IP. Let's start with patents. Patents are one of the most well-known types of IP. They give inventors exclusive rights to their inventions for a certain period, typically 20 years. There are three types: utility patents for functional inventions, design patents for ornamental designs, plant patents for new plant varieties. A great example is Tesla, which patents many of its car innovations. Patents give companies a competitive edge while encouraging technological advancement. So let's check out trademarks next. Trademarks are crucial for businesses because they protect brand identity. They can include logos, brand names, taglines, or even unique colors or sounds. For example, think of the Nike swoosh or the sound of Intel's chime. Both are protected trademarks. Trademarks can last indefinitely as long as they are renewed, making them one of the most valuable IP assets for businesses. A strong trademark builds trust and recognitions with customers. Next, let's discuss copyrights. Copyright protects artistic and creative works like books, music, movies, or even computer code. It grants creators control over how their work is used and reproduced. For example, J.K. Rowling owns the copyright for the Harry Potter series, which means she earns royalties from book sales, movie adaptations, and merchandise. Copyright typically lasts for the life of the creator plus 70 years, ensuring their work remains protected for decades. Next, let's talk about trade secrets. Trade secrets are a little different from other types of IP. They include confidential business information like formulas, processes, or strategies that give a company an edge. One famous example is Coca-Cola's secret formula, which has been guarded for over 100 years. The key to protecting trade secrets is keeping them confidential through non-disclosure agreements, security measures, and limited access. Unlike patents, trade secrets don't expire as long as they remain secret. Now that we've covered the basics, let's explore why IP matters. IP is the backbone of creativity, innovation, and economic growth. It allows creators to monetize their ideas and ensures businesses can compete fairly in the market. For example, IP-intensive industries contribute over $6 trillion to the U.S. economically annually. Without IP protections, creators and businesses would be vulnerable to piracy, counterfeiting, and unfair competition. So let's talk about how to protect your own intellectual property. Protecting your IP requires a few steps. One, identify your IP. Know what aspects of your business or creation need protection. Register your IP with appropriate organizations such as the USPTO for patents or trademarks, and use contracts or NDAs to protect your trade secrets. Monitor for violations to ensure your rights aren't being infringed. Let's go a little bit deeper into the registration process for patents. So applying for a patent involves several steps. Research. Make sure that your invention is actually unique by searching the patent database like USPTO or Google Patents. Prepare your application with detailed descriptions, drawings, and claims. File your application with your national patent office or internationally with the Patent Cooperation Treaty. And examination. Patent offices will review your application to ensure it meets legal requirements. Now let's talk about trademarks. Trademarks are registered through a similar process. Conduct a trademark search to ensure your mark isn't already in use. File your application, including your logo, slogan, or brand name. Monitor and renew your trademark periodically to maintain its protection. Registering your trademark ensures that your brand is legally protected from imitators. Example, a small business successfully registered its brand name or logo to prevent copycats in a competitive market. Copyright protection is automatic the moment a creative work is fixed in a tangible form, such as writing a book, recording music, or saving a digital file. However, registering your copyright offers additional legal advantages, such as creating a public record of ownership and enabling lawsuits for infringement. The process involves 4 steps. 1. Complete your application form through your local copyright office. 2. Submit a copy of your work, which can be digital or physical. 3. Pay the applicable fee. And 4. Once reviewed and approved, you'll receive a certificate of registration that formalizes your ownership rights. Registration is simple, but it's a powerful step for protecting your creative work. Unlike patents and trademarks, trade secrets require proactive security measures. Steps to protect your trade secrets. 1. Restrict access to sensitive information. 2. Use NDA, non-disclosure agreements, with employees and partners. 3. Implement physical and digital security measures, i.e. locked cabinets, encrypted files. And 4. Train staff on confidentiality protocols. Enforcing your intellectual property rights is essential to protect your innovations, revenue, and competitive edge. Without enforcement, counterfeiting and piracy can hurt your business and undermine your efforts. If your IP is violated, start by gathering evidence and send a cease and desist letter. If needed, take legal action or work with enforcement agencies to address the issue and stop further violations. Enforcement isn't always easy. It can be expensive, especially with international cases, and counterfeiters are getting more advanced. But despite these challenges, protecting your IP is critical for the success and growth of your business. Now, next, let's look at some specific case studies regarding patent infringement, copyright infringement, and trade protection. Let's take a real-world case, Apple versus Samsung. In 2011, Apple sued Samsung for copying patent designs such as rounded corners and the app grid interface. Apple won significant damages, showing the power of patents in protecting innovation. Copyright protects elements in music like lyrics, melodies, and recordings. Infringement occurs when these are used without permission. Famous case included the Robin Thicke and Pharrell song Blurred Lines, which infringed Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up, resulting in a $5 million settlement. Common types of infringement include sampling without a license, copying melodies, or unauthorized covers. To avoid infringement, always secure proper licenses and ensure your work is original. Coca-Cola's formula is one of the most famous examples of a trade secret. For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has safeguarded its recipe as a confidential business asset to maintain its competitive advantage. The company uses multiple layers of protection, including keeping the formula in a high security vault and limiting access to only a few key executives. Employees and business partners are required to sign strict non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, to prevent leaks. This highlights the importance of trade secrets for businesses. They rely on secrecy and security measures to protect valuable information that cannot be patented or copyrighted. Next, we'll explore current trends in intellectual property, including emerging technologies like AI and blockchain. We'll also look at how globalization and shifting laws are shaping the future of IP for innovators and businesses. In the digital era, protecting intellectual property has become more challenging than ever. Online piracy continues to hurt industries like film and music, costing billions due to unauthorized downloads and streaming sites. Counterfeiting is another big issue. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton struggle with fake products being sold online, which damages both revenue and brand trust. To fight these challenges, companies are turning to technologies like digital watermarks and blockchain, which help trace ownership and verify authenticity. The digital world has completely changed how we think about intellectual property. With platforms like streaming services, ebooks, and NFTs, creators now need new ways to protect their work. But it's not without its challenges. Piracy is still a huge issue, with unauthorized sharing of movies, music, and software everywhere. Plus, AI tools like ChatGPT raise questions. If an AI creates something, who really owns it? On the flip side, there are exciting opportunities too. Blockchain is helping to verify ownership of digital assets like NFTs. A great example is Beeple's digital artwork, which sold for $69 million, proving how powerful digital IP can be when it's protected the right way. Artificial intelligence is changing the way we think about IP or intellectual property. AI can now generate music, art, or even writing, which raises a big question. Who actually owns AI generated content? Is it the programmer who created the AI, the user who gave it the instructions, or even the AI itself? It's a complicated issue and there's no real clear answer yet. At the same time, governments and organizations like WIPO are working on new laws to address these challenges. For example, there are debates about whether patents can be granted for inventions created by AI. These discussions will have a big impact on how we handle IP in the future. Enforcing IP rights globally isn't easy. First, cross-border issues make it hard to protect digital works like music or NFTs since laws differ between countries. Online marketplaces like eBay and Amazon also struggle to keep counterfeit goods off their platforms. But there's hope. Companies are using AI tools like YouTube's Content ID to quickly detect and remove violations. The future of IP is all about adapting to new challenges. Governments are focusing more on digital and AI issues like regulating AI generated content. We're also seeing new areas of IP protection like virtual reality and the metaverse. And finally, global collaboration will be key, with treaties like TRIPS likely to getting updates to address enforcement across borders. Now that we've explored the challenges and opportunities in intellectual property, let's focus on some practical tips for creators and innovators to protect and leverage their ideas effectively. To protect your intellectual property, start with a few simple steps. First, document everything. Keep records of your work, like drafts or designs, so you can prove that it's yours. Second, seek legal protection early. Don't wait to apply for patents, trademarks, or copyrights. Third, know the rules around fair use and licensing. Understand how others can use your work legally. And finally, use NDAs and contracts, especially when working with others, to keep your trade secrets safe. These steps are practical ways to protect your ideas and creations. And here's a pro tip. Even if your budget is limited, start with copyright registrations. It's low cost and pretty straightforward. For entrepreneurs and startups, protecting your intellectual property is key to building a strong foundation for your business. First, it's important to trademark your brand early to secure your company name and logo so competitors can't copy or mimic your branding. If you're thinking about expanding globally, make sure to register your trademarks and patents in other countries where you plan to operate. You also want to monitor for infringements by using tools that can detect unauthorized use of your IP. Lastly, budget for IP protection. This includes setting aside funds for legal fees, registrations, and renewals to keep your IP secure over time. Taking these steps early can save you from costly issues down the road. Protecting IP is important, but there are a few common mistakes to avoid. First, don't wait to register your IP. Someone else might beat you to it. Second, protect your IP globally if you plan to expand into other markets. And third, monitor your violations to catch unauthorized use of IP. And finally, always use NDAs when sharing confidential information to keep it secure. And here's another pro tip. Use Google Alerts or other monitoring tools to track unauthorized use of your brands or products. Staying ahead of intellectual property protection means being proactive. Start by keeping up with your changes in the IP laws. They're constantly evolving as technology advances. Organizations like WIPO and the USPTO are great resources for updates. Consider using IP management software like Clio or Appendo to help you stay organized with registrations, renewals, and deadlines. And finally, it's always a good idea to partner with legal experts, especially if you're expanding into new markets or need guidance with complex IP issues. These steps can help you protect your assets and avoid costly mistakes. Protecting your intellectual property goes beyond just following the rules. It's about safeguarding your creative work and your business's future. To do this, first, make sure you understand what type of IP you own. whether it's a trademark, patent, copyright, or just a trade secret. Then take the necessary steps to register and enforce your rights so that your work is protected. Lastly, stay proactive. Keep yourself informed about changes in IP laws and industries to ensure your protection evolves with the times. By taking these steps, you're not only protecting your ideas, you're building a foundation for lasting success. Protecting your intellectual property starts with taking action. Identify what IP you own and begin the process to register and safeguard it as soon as possible. It's also important to educate yourself. Organizations like WIPO and USPTO provide free resources to help you understand your rights and responsibilities. Don't hesitate to seek professional help when needed. IP attorneys and advisors can help you navigate these complex issues, especially if you're working internationally. Finally, advocate for IP awareness. By sharing the importance of IP with your peers, you can help build a culture that values and protects innovation. Taking these steps ensures your work is protected and your business has a strong foundation. To wrap up, intellectual property is the foundation of innovation, creativity, and business success. We've explored its importance, the challenges involved, and the steps you can take to protect it. Remember to stay proactive, adapt to new trends, and seek professional guidance when needed. Protecting your IP today ensures your vision and hard work are secure for the future. Thanks for joining me today.